Hello, how you doing today? Today we're going to do another video about the tax account transcript transaction code 570 additional account action pending. If you're seeing a transaction code 570 on your tax account transcript, we know this can be frustrating, but there are several reasons why your account transcript could include this transaction code. Learn what this transaction code 570 on your account transcript means. After checking your account transcript, you may find that you have a transaction code 570 showing under the explanation of transaction section. If you have a transaction code 570 on your account transcript, this transaction code 570 is a freeze code placed on the account that holds the refund from being issued. What is a tax transcript code 570? The tax transcript code 570 additional account action pending is a freeze code that the IRS uses that will hold or stop a refund from being issued until the impact of action being taken on the account can be resolved and a tax refund is determined and processed. Here are some of the common reasons why you might see a transaction code 570 on your account transcript. Your reported wages do not match the amount reported by your employer. Further verification may be required to identify some taxpayers. The amount of tax credit you reported for credits such as the child tax credit or the earned income tax credit does not match what the IRS has recorded. Your tax return has missing forms. You filed for an injured spouse allocation using Form 8379. The transaction code 570 means that the IRS has put a freeze or a hold on your tax account. Once the transaction code 570 posts to your account transcript, you will most likely end up seeing a transaction code 971 notice issued in the explanation of transactions column on your account transcript. The transaction code 971 means the IRS will be mailing you a letter either requesting any additional information or a notice of adjustments made to your account, or a notice saying that your tax return is under further review for either 45 to 60 days and no other information is needed from the taxpayer. What should I do if I have a transaction code 570 on my IRS tax transcript? Unfortunately, after seeing a transaction code 570, there really isn't much you can do to expedite the processing of the tax refund. If the IRS needs more information from you, they will contact you by mail. In many cases, the transaction code 570 does not require any further action on your part, and the IRS will resolve the issue and resume processing the tax return and issue you a tax refund. What is the dollar amount next to the transaction code 570 on my tax account transcript? As shown in this example, the $0 amount indicates no changes have been made to the tax refund amount. In this example, the negative sign before the $600 amount represents that they have made changes to the account and there is a refund due back to you. In this example, the positive $600 amount represents that they have made changes to the account and they determined that you owe this amount. What does the date next to my tax transcript code 570 mean? The date next to the tax transcript code 570 is the effective date of the transaction on the tax account. What does the date next to the tax transcript code 971 mean? The date next to the tax transcript code 971 is the date the IRS will mail the letter. How will I know when the transaction code 570 is resolved? Once the review is complete, you will see a transaction code 571 or a transaction code 572 on your tax account transcript, indicating that the issue has been resolved and processing of the tax return has now resumed. How long does it take to get a tax refund after the transaction code 570 is resolved? If the date you see next to the transaction code 571 or the transaction code 572 is the same as the date next to the transaction code 971, you can usually receive your tax refund within 3 to 6 weeks. If the date you see next to the transaction code 571 or the transaction code 572 is different than the date next to the transaction code 971, it usually means more processing is required and it could take a little bit longer to get your tax refund. To determine a direct deposit date, you need an 846 refund issued code. You will need to watch your tax account transcript frequently and follow the explanation of transaction section on your tax account transcript, and wait until you see the 846 refund issued transaction code post on your account transcript, indicating that you will be getting a tax refund and your direct deposit date has already been determined. The date next to the 846 refund issued is when the IRS should send your tax refund to your financial institution. We hope the information shared in this video has helped you better understand the IRS tax transcript code 570 and what it means. If you have a tax transcript code 570 on your tax transcript, drop us a comment down below. Let us know what you discovered. Please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you found the information shared here to be useful. Thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we'll see you again in the next video.